dandelion has got to be one of the most useful wild food plants for wildlife rehabilitation. Because it's nutritious, it's an easy plant to find in just about everyone's yard, and people know it, or they think they do. While the yellow flowers and the fluffy seed heads are recognizable to many people, there are a good number of plants that are dandelion lookalikes, especially when the plant is young and has not yet flowered. There can be a lot of variability in the dandelion leaves. For example, I picked all 3 of these dandelions that were growing within 5 feet of each other, so just looking at the leaf shape is not the best way to identify dandelion. I have a couple of tips to help you be sure your dandelion greens. There are 2 things I always look for. The first is this emerging flower bud right at the center of the rosette of leaves. I call that the button, and I always look for it. It's the quickest way for me to be sure of dandelion when there's no flower. Then the second thing I always do is I dig up the whole plant. That way I can look for the long taproot that dandelion always has. Besides, storing plants with their roots on them usually extends how long they will keep in the refrigerator, because the plant is taking its storage of nutrients and moisture with it, which will sustain it for a little longer than if you had just taken the cut leaf. Alright, let's take a little practice and see if we can figure this out. Is this one dandelion? Well, we'll look for the center, and in this case, the center is this kind of stem thing that's coming up. That doesn't look like a button, but let's dig it up and see. Sort of a mass of roots there at the base, not a single taproot. No button, no single taproot, not a dandelion. What about this one? This leaf looks a little bit like dandelion, but yeah, there's a center thing sticking up, but it's not a button. We'll dig this one up too. Shake off the dirt. Whole bunch of different little roots. No single taproot. No button. Nope. Not dandelion. Now in this one, we find the center there, and there's some buds, but there's a whole cluster of buds, not one single flower. Dandelion has only 1 flower per stem, so this is suspicious. But we'll dig it up and look. And let's see, clean that dirt off. Again, whole bunch of different roots. No, not dandelion. Now this last one is wild lettuce. It's another good wildlife food for rabbits, but I'll dig it up just to show you. There's no button, and again, you're not going to find a single taproot on wild lettuce. Leaves do look a lot like dandelion though, when they're small. Now this one is dandelion, and look at that taproot. I mean, it's just very identifiable. And there's a single button of a flower in there that hasn't opened yet. And the last thing that we can look for when there is a flower or a bud is to take that flower off and look at the stem. It should be hollow and round, and the stem leaks a milky juice. So that's the 2-part identification hack, and I hope it's helpful to help you learn your dandelion greens. Thanks for joining us on this video, and check us out at wildfoodsforwildlife.com.